Guardian, I have an incoming transmission. Patching it through.
I have the Ionian Dean here. She sends her greetings. I'll relay your messages to her and translate what I can of her response. Whatever is in there is dangerous, but precious to them. It's been out of reach.
What happened to them? Did something go wrong?
They tested the engine. Oh, that's terrible. I understand the precaution. Apparently they were unable to contain the energy output, and their team was lost. It was sealed here, for people wouldn't approach it again. It's good that the House of Exile hasn't uncovered it. The Dean agrees. She says they've been seeking a power source to rival the Holy Anomaly.
We'll keep it out of their hands.
Mutual destruction? You don't need an emissary just for humanity. You need it between yourselves.
Your friend here? With the bad brain? She could not heal this division.
They are manipulating you. Trust my platinum, Lodi. They have already taken everything from you.
Irritant. It is still talking. New emissary. If it isn't too forward, you were made by fate for this task. Your telomeres are as melodic as 3 promised. Such handsome bosons. Symmetries that cut quantum strings. Rotations stopping temporal vibrations. Goodness me.
Oh, thank you.
You live by my cause. Called forth the first protein. Bestowed lowercase light. Now I beseech you for help.
9. In my time, an emissary was a diplomat. Someone who found common ground. Let me try to be that for you.
Do not offer yourself.
If I can do my part, then that is my responsibility. I know you're trying to help, Orin. But let me be helpful too.
Lodi, listen. You deserve Citrus. Please, as painful as it is, the truth is that you can't solve this.
If it's not me and my bosons, it's some other poor bastard. I don't want the 9 abducting somebody even further in the past than I was.
Stop this and save yourself. Move to the tower. Rebuild your life. That's what I'm doing. You can choose who you are. Do not self-immolate.
If I set myself on fire, then no one else has to.
Lodi, no.
Can it, quitter! Emissary, it must be you. There is no other candidate to pull forward for eons. And you, weapon, you know all too well. Even gods sometimes need a little killing. See you, Sunrise.
Excuse me, Dean? If this energy engine is so dangerous, why make it? Just something I've been wondering while we were carrying it.
She says at first they thought it would be a catalyst that would make them able to connect with the Holy Anomaly, to make them all timeless? She makes it sound like an engineered biological time loop. Functional immortality?
Incredible. That would definitely make it easier to settle here and conduct research.
The city has sought powers we weren't sure we could handle before. There's something human about that. The House of Exile never forgave sealing away the engine. The Archon convinced their people it was necessary for their survival.
It sounds like it wasn't just one thing that broke down between the Ionians and the House.
But this seems to be the first. The Archon used it as a wedge to drive their people apart until words failed. Sometime after, the exiles sealed the way to the horizon and took up arms.
It's another one of those time field fluctuations. Were those Vex cleaning the time field up? I wonder what they were trying to hide. Let's get a scan and see what Ophiuchus and Ikora think.
Ghost, Guardian. We took a look at what you sent over, and I think it's incomplete. But it's the next thread I needed. Looks like a Vex cover-up. They were scrubbing information before you arrived, but there's more to be found. Ophiuchus is mapping a scatter plot of signatures that resemble Ghost's scan. You take half, I'll take the other half. We'll see if they turn up a clearer picture.
Ikora, the Vex don't normally worry about their plans being discovered. Why cover something up now?
The attempt to conceal Maya's plans is precisely what worries me.
Time doesn't feel stable here to begin with. It must be easier for the Vex to manipulate it.
In small ways, yes. Though I believe they're more limited here overall. This place is governed by rules even the Vex can't bend. Quarantining the Nine and the Singularity with it. Throwing themselves into dark matter. I think they're trying to build a resistance. Or fabricate one. Maybe they're close to an answer.
That's 2 down. Only 2 more signals to go.
We're not alone. Conductor, thank you for joining us.
This is not a damning accusation, Ikora. I am not separating weeds from chaff. I am restoring an arid field to its pinnacle. All we have lost, you and I regained. Think on that. Or stand in the way of the proverbial plow if you must.
Your fingerprints are hard to ignore. Anyone in the way of restoring your new golden age ends up trampled, don't they?
There's something beyond the Conductor's Vex manipulating the time-space around us. If the Vex didn't cause this, they were drawn to it. We've seen how they react to dark matter. Everything points to the Nine, but this place doesn't resemble the unknown space they've utilized in the past. From what I'm seeing, this mystery looks less like a cipher we're meant to decode and more like a panicked scrawl we're struggling to read. This is a crime scene. We're captured in the gravity of this too. But we still chose to come. Timelessness or not, we're here now. And we've changed set futures before.
Ikora's got a lot to look over here, and we've got 1 more time field to scan. Let's move, Guardian. Guardian, someone's on the line.
Guardian, Ophiuchus has produced an interesting development from the data you sent us. There are particles here, caught in each disturbance, that are suspended as a sort of static image. The Vex don't normally work like this. They rewrite something immaculately, as if it had always been that way. But this is sloppy. Too sloppy for Maya Sundaresh and her collective. Whoever did this wasn't worried about covering their tracks. They intended to be followed, and the Vex are sweeping up behind them. I wonder... We've always suspected the Nine existed in a parallel dimension of sorts. We know they're involved in bringing us here. What if we're on the right track, but facing the wrong direction? It makes sense that the Vex would be hunting after a 4th-dimensional being that can slip across time like they can. Maybe the Nine can accomplish something the Vex can't. For now, that's our best theory.
Guardian, listen. I've been churning around why we're all here. Our roles. You and Ikora, like spice, draw a line of warmth forward. But Lodi, he speaks and fog leaves his mouth. Focus. Whatever promise was given to Lodi was a half-truth, preying on vulnerability. He calls for direction through red static. I doubt he even knows where his line leads, or what the Nine would do to him. He can't. If I didn't. He can't understand what he'll become. It's an impossible concept. But maybe if he did understand, he'd offer less friction. Maybe he'd be less cagey with us. I have an idea, but I'll need your firepower. Let's remove Lodi's blindfold. Hopefully, it'll be clarifying for us both. There is a truth buried in Lodi. I brushed it away like sand. When it stands, a tower above him. The choice is no longer a singular one, but fractal. You'll take this little mirage and make reality with density and silica, and your light. Gather it.
Silica. Sounds like we're missing some Vex ingredients combined with your light.
Through electrostatic fog, we will ask him.
Isn't that a little forward?
Linearity appeals to me right now.
Hello? Is this... Am I coming through all right?
Lodi, hello. Orin and I had a question for you.
Do you taste the iron as they impart their charge? Is the flavor oxidized or smooth?
You taste iron too? No, oxidized, certainly. I've been noting the changes in alkaline flavor by hour. You absolutely need to tell me more about that.
It is an after effect of your possession. Their voice leaves a taste in your throat. Are you going to tell us why you are here? The choice must be yours, as it was mine.
My organization received a signal and picked up. No one made a deal with anyone.
Not yet. They know a man only swallows thorns when he's starved.
I get it. Under all that, you take me as some poor rube, hoodwinked and knuckled under authority. You're wrong about me. Now, I get the feeling you're speaking from experience, and you think you know what you think you know. With all due respect, I ain't you.
Don't take it personally.
I know Orin is abrasive sometimes, but please, she's trying to help, and we're almost ready.
I forwarded your ghost a frequency, set a beacon, coordinates to follow.
But I felt a power there, too? If what you're showing me brings me any closer to that connection, well, I have to know more. Lay it on me.
I placed a version of myself behind a window to hide my reflection.
What in the almighty heavens is this?
This is what I wanted to show you. A vessel, an avatar of power who was and is Orin.
You're saying the people you used to work for, they'd do this to me if I let them?
They will offer control over physics, motion through time, power without limit, to magnify you past what this body can muster.
What makes you walk away from that kind of gift?
It's not a gift. It's a trade. The strength you gain and the reasons you use it won't be yours, and you won't care. Your will for power.
But you're you again. You left. You can leave, so why show me this?
This is a kindness, because you should know what you're getting into if the Nine are involved. Accepting anything from them is the quickest way to make sure you won't go home. And I don't know how I left. It may not always be possible.
You're saying I might have to turn this down too. Your trade took everything from you, Orin. But they already took everything from me. I see it though. What you're saying. I see it 200 feet tall staring me down. My God.
Guardian, you have one new call.
Do you see how Lodi is being led? A lick line of lashed scars clotting into a chlorine prod. Do you smell it on him? Feel it in his eyes? Stop. 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 I remember the Nine seek your most vulnerable moment, to give yourself freely. They understand when to ask, and when you'll accept. Do you call that a choice? The Nine don't make the rules. They are the rules. As far as they're concerned, volition does not exist. But I know better. It will hurt, but we should tell Lodi. Give him a clearer choice. An emissary is unlike a light bearer. The power doesn't belong to you. Not a gift, like the Traveler's Light. Nor does it exist within, like the darkness. An emissary is an expression of the Nine's will. You wield only what they give you, and only to the end of their wishes. I won't say that Lodi's in danger, but what the Nine might do through him. Proclaiming tongues, dozens. Twisted spoken excretions from timeless blue and violet plasmatic condensation. But which? Which of the Nine? Is it inner or outer orbits? I need to know. So it's inescapable. Lodi has been set on the path to become an emissary. But I don't know for which one. I'm responsible for putting that in motion. I can taste the tense link between me and him. Acid and capsaicin. Sting and tingling numb. An offering of recreational poison we withstand. That is their ploy. Arm us with knowledge, balanced with the subtle danger of being overridden. It is a straight line, and our changes don't loop into themselves like theirs. I escaped it only to doom him. The Nine are terrible communicators. They don't understand us any more than animals understand the mirage of a photograph's captured depth. They need an emissary. But I found what was at the end of that path, writhing to form language, with no will beyond theirs. Now I know. He will become it. Unless we divert him. Guardian, I think I've made a mistake. Lodi and I were talking. Now that conversation reeks of sulfur.
That sounds unpleasant.
I should have noticed it sooner, before the conversation spoiled into argument. But I didn't. I pushed him, and he stormed off into the hills. I tracked him to here and set a beacon to signal him, but he hasn't responded. Find him.
Send us his last known heading. We'll find him. Orin, what exactly were you two arguing about?
The past, what might be, and the cliff of what he is becoming. He prefers to look behind instead of what is in front of him. He values service over freedom. I've already made that mistake for him.
He's going through a lot. Maybe we can approach it with a little more tact.
Probably. I've picked up some prickly communication habits from my last job.
Orin, we're here, but I don't see Lodi.
but his scent, lost in time, hanging on brass and polished sand.
Okay. Guardian, I think she means that monument. And next to it, brass and sand, must be the time-lost telescope. If Lodi was here, maybe we can get a lead from those.
Orin sent you after me. It's nice to see people get worried when you disappear. I'm not actually going anywhere. I needed to look up at the stars and clear my head, but then the Vex turned up.
Anything we can help with?
Talk this out with me. Orin keeps telling me that I can't go back home. That if I join 3, I'll lose myself. I don't know if I believe that. That who we are before doesn't matter. If it did, 3 could have picked anyone. But it was me.
I understand. Sometimes I feel that way about the Traveler. It has a purpose beyond me. But it chose me. And I chose the Guardian. The choice matters. That it was you matters. Even Orin held on to pieces of herself as an emissary.
That's what the Drifter says. We all got North Stars. Speaking of, you can find the North Star from where you're standing. See it? That's the one. Polaris. You know, my father taught me to fly an old Duster as a boy. I was an aerial surveyor during, well, we often flew at night. Stars were important. My old man, he used to tell me, nations are built by service. Drilled that phrase. Now, I didn't want to kill anyone, but I could help get a clear view of a target, make sure it was the enemy, and help minimize collateral. Then my eyesight didn't hold. I washed out. I thought I had my whole career planned out, and then gone in a haze. I flew longer than I should have, finding my way there and home again by the stars as much as my instruments. I remember being worried the stars never looked the same from the ground, but you orient yourself right, and there they are. Our crew used to joke that we were sighting targets for Orion's next hunt, guiding his arrows to the hearts of evil men. We thought we could make killing fair. I'm not that naive anymore. But as an emissary, I could still put a finger on the scale. A check. Sometimes that's all you can hope for in the world. To shift it just a bit in the right direction.
That's what I like to think we do with the light and the darkness. They're powerful, but it's who wields them that matters.
My will won't be my own if I choose to accept this new job. Orin's words. But I've always found my way taking on something bigger than myself, putting others before myself because I'm able. That's what I trained for. That's my Polaris. And it's never led me wrong so far. I'll be able to fly a path home not in spite of what I serve, but because of it. If Orin can't see that, then maybe she needs the vacation. Orin can think of me what she wants. No soy monedita de oro. You can't please everyone. But I know what I stand for. I want to be my own messenger. Guardian, Mr. Ghost, I know Orin thinks I'm naive. I hope you don't. A messenger gets to choose how they deliver their message. There's power in that.
Guardian, you've got an incoming call.
The position of emissary is not a comfortable one. Hanging between a mess of secondary colors caught in a minor key. The Nine need emissaries to understand humanity. Their subjective reality is fundamentally different from yours. Lodi is trapped in the present participle, becoming, transforming, beginning to hear the stretch of magnetic fields, learning to bear the touch of the Nine like acclimating to lightning strikes. The Nine don't understand plain, mauve disgust, how we react to the changes they put an emissary's body through. My choices and the pain they brought me are my own. I'm not Lodi. His pain, his choices, his changes, gerund again. He is wrestling with them. Have patience with him, now and in future.
Ikora, Guardian. Drifter and I had something to show you, to better varnish your understanding. Kepler is part of the Oort Cloud, a sea cliff of Sol jutting over the abyss of space. If you want to understand what summoned you, you need to understand dark matter. Find a pool of radiolaria. Drifter will explain first.
I familiarized myself with the most recent studies from the tower. Dark matter is well documented.
Sure. In papers.
Peer-reviewed data is our strongest place of knowledge. Though I imagine, Orin, you have a different angle on the subject.
I've had my eyes on some of these Vex going haywire, and seems like the dark matter of this place is souring the milk, so to say. Once the stuff gets near Vex milk, the Vex become disconnected from the collective, and then go nuts before they slowly die off.
The Vex becoming disconnected due to dark matter influence implies some part of their biology is aware of its presence.
It is, even when limited to 3 dimensions.
Forgive me for only considering 3.
We are dealing with 2 separate problems connected by the Nine. Dark matter, which is what they are, and time, which is what they shift. Dark matter can usually only be experienced, not observed. Think of wind, or scent. Invisible, but detectable. Shifts in time, though, are harder to sense. We are drawings on a piece of paper, and without us knowing, that paper is being folded into a crane. We can seek their hands all we want, but we can't fold the paper. It is easy to feel adrift, powerless.
Adrift is a good way to put it. If we can see the unseeable here, maybe we'll see what shaped our path, too. We're facing this together, Orin. Guardian, there's a growth in the Ionian settlement that the plant life is responding to. This interaction is arresting.
Cadlia Rex. Beautiful.
We'll have to send additional researchers for further study of the interaction between transdimensional matter and material flora.
Once I can wrangle my proprioception out of the 6th dimension and stop my skin from shifting squares on the periodic table, maybe I'll write you a paper on it.
Dark matter doesn't explain the time-lost artifacts we've seen.
It does, in a way. The Nine exist outside of time. When one intervenes in our dimension, it can cause tears in space-time, pull things through. A hole punch in our paper crane.
You have a talent for explaining complex concepts. Have you thought about how you could share what you've learned?
No. I have not been able to cloud through what is next for me.
Knowledge decays if it is not shared, as the Ionians say. What do you miss most, Orin, now that you're not the emissary?
My media file collection. I put so much thought into curating it before all of this. I loved to magpie. Maybe I still do.
Lodi mentioned a collection of pressed music recordings he left behind. I bet he'd enjoy someone guiding him through a few hundred years of what he missed. The time-lost objects we've seen, all of them are obviously from the past. We haven't seen anything yet that appears to be from the future. Orin, can the Nine only pull objects forward in time?
Only forward, never backward. When I was emissary, I knew this truth as I knew my own pulse. The rule of chronal flow is the Nine's oldest, and their cruelest. The Nine on the other side of the altar is connected to the Singularity, but they aren't one and the same. I don't see why they would seek to create a black hole, but their goals are different from ours. We have no sway over them.
Can you blame me for wanting to try?
Of course not. We've both been fortunate to learn about the world from the safety of the tower, and to learn about it from underneath our skin.
Then share that knowledge. There's a place and a future for you, Orin. Teach humanity what we cannot learn from study.
A future? I would like that. Guardian, I felt that. You found a piece of me, shed. A layer of past choice was molted here.
Orin, what? Was that you? What happened?
I clawed my way free of my own flesh, peeled back the time scale. It's not the only one, and it smells like memory. There is nothing more familiar than scent.
Orin, would finding more pieces help you?
There's a lash in my eye. Yes, I think it will help me. This is sterile. Embalming fluid and rubber. Chalk taste. Ugh. My intent to stay shed in dead anger. The Ionians test its petaled peels for a connection to their holy anomaly. They claim I was born here, from a corpse flower molt.
Is that all it takes to stop being an emissary? Damn, I have to murder a sucker to quit my job. It's good to have you out.
That wit of yours doesn't have as much anger behind it, but I don't need your pity by any name. I need focus.
Exiles ahead.
They're picking over her corpse.
I need what they seek. Polluted ribbons and sinew lines to read. I don't mean to be cryptic. This one is mixed with dark matter. I left through a door that was always open, but I didn't leave to be Orin again. I thought I left to bring a message, but there's another reason.
My glimmer says the Nine let you leave knowing it'd fry your brain. What makes you think they want you delivering a message?
Your glimmer is worthless. That much I remember. And I know because I am here, so I am needed here. This was the first. Raw still. I remember those nerves and burning lightning. I did not wish to leave, but it had to be done.
What do you mean you didn't want to leave?
It started as sunrise.
You must have been determined to leave the Nine to endure this. What did they do to you?
Whatever was needed. But this one specific straw, so dry and petty, a murky knife in spine. But the wound still tingles, enough to break my service with splitting suddenness. It was personal, not a regret. A slight... I can taste it on the tip of my tongue.
One last fragment into the hole. Oh. I can form the silhouettes of memories in my thoughts, like neon outlines of overlapping events and momentary flashes. Like a downpour of beating rain, it's all out of order. These moments buck against the guide rail of chronology. But if I focus, there is one image. There. The image is clear. Of Gaul, my ghost. Zest and sunny sweetness. I don't know where this was. I just see them facing me. Maybe that's where I start. At the horizon. I'm sorry, Guardian. Give me time to bring this mess into order. As things clarify, I'll share them with you. And thank you.
What in the hell does your ghost have to do with this?
I don't know. But I do remember he didn't like you.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual. I'm an acquired taste.
Gaul. This isn't him, but an idea imprinted on the silica.
You ditched the 9 over a ghost? These little con artists are almost as bad as your last boss.
He tried to warn me about the 9 and you, Wu Ming. Gaul was kind and good, fresh bred. I told him to go to the city, but he died. He was killed when the light was severed. It was petty. They grabbed the network with careless hands and ripped it from the sky just to free me of my bonds. They knew I'd send Gaul home, and so they saw our lights snuffed. Such effort. All for one little ghost. The rest to them is causation. Dismissible aftermath.
Yeah, the 9 need water. They divert a river and kill everything downstream. You know it. I know it. I'm sorry they did it to you, too.
Not all of them.